Hello, this is the Harboring Light. I'm Mary. I give a conservative perspective about the world around me. So feedback is important. Feel free to reach out. And the sources to do so will be provided for you. Also, I have a Shopify link. If you're interested in customized shirts, also along with tumblers, feel free to check that out. And also, extra request, I will have my email address for you to do so in case you want additional specialization with t-shirts and tumblers. Alright, so some of the audio platforms that I'm on Speaker, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Deezer, just to name a few. Alright, so this episode is centering around the musical group, the Miami Sound Machine. Here we go. Alright, so my thoughts about Roy Estefan and the just everything that this band encapsulates. So, me personally, I think that, hey sweetie, hey, won't you go inside and let me finish, okay? Okay, go, cause go outside. They gonna get to it. Okay, all right. My baby girl. All right. So my thoughts here. So as I was saying that, and I think that with the music from the '80s, particularly, it was really good about bridging the overall arc of different sounds. And then during the 1980s, it was this explosion of Latino voices. For instance, it was go baby, please go. Don't do this now, okay? I'll be right back. Sorry. Come on, sweetie. All right, back. So many different artists came. Lisa, and Cult Jam. So many different artists that came out of the 1980s and extended on to the 90s, and they were really impactful in the way that people were seeing and thinking about popular music, particularly in the aspects of what can be expressed as what is popular music. So, Gloria Estefan really encapsulated the aspects of the bright expression that can come out of the emotion of. Okay, I'll be right back. right, so as I was saying, you know, with the aspects of what is thought of when people, what the realm of changing pop music. So, you have artists like Boy George, you got artists like Grace Jones, you got artists like that. And then on top of this, you have the traditional artists that was what you would think of when the aspects of crooner sort of type, very melody driven music too. And so my whole point of saying all of this with Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound, they really encapsulate the aspects of the feel that you can sort of think about when you have that mentality of excitement when it comes to island life, or particularly with Miami. So Miami, what mostly comes to mind when people think about that city is luxury, bikinis, fit, trim, really it all comes together for a well produced advertising. That's a good, that's what comes to mind. But also on the other hand, Gloria Estefan really encapsulated the aspects of the pride and the explosive power that is with the Latino, African, Caribbean, influence in culture. And so that expanded out even greatly, when she moved on and was a solo artist, and she started to sing a lot of music in her native tongue, which is, she is, if I'm not mistaken, she is from, she's Cuban, but the all-inclusive term Spanish, which is, mostly what was the dialect and she was singing. And so she was giving the understanding that there's many facets into the aspects of what is thought of when you hear Latin music. And the Miami Sound Machine was a great stepping stone for that, because you got the way that they had the aspects of what was very popular at the time, but very flashy, the aspects of Miami Vice. That show was just growing like wildfires, and that show understood the aspects of how important and prevalent music is to culture. And most of the scenes that were filmed in that show, you can tell they set it up as if it was just one long music video, and the aspects of how the characters position themselves in the situations and the scenes. And so, going back, they were able to really showcase that in different ways, not only with the image, but also, influencing that just because you are Latino, that doesn't mean that you have to look, feel, think a certain way. And I was really prevalent in a lot of the music videos. And the music videos, especially when MTV was at its heyday, that was just like a walking business card into, visual business card into what these particular artists can bring to the table. So, and did. So with this said, I'm going to get into the facts about Miami Sound Machine. Here we go. All right, so of course sources will be provided for you. Okay, so I'm going to pull it right up for you here. All right, here we go. So, Miami Sound Machine. Miami Sound Machine, or MSM, was an American Latin pop band formed in 1975 by Emilio Estefan Jr., originally known as Miami Latin Boys. So the band name was changed to Miami Sound Machine in 1977 after Cuban-born singer Gloria Estefan and her cousin Mercedes Mercy Navarro were invited to join the group following an impromptu performance at a Cuban wedding. So Estefan, who was attending the University of Miami at the time, initially agreed to perform only on weekends to avoid interrupting her studies. The band released 13 albums and a string of hit singles until 1989. The group's early success was built on a fusion of traditional Latin rhythms and American R&B grooves, with songwriters contributions from Gloria Estefan, Enrique Kiki Garcia, the contributions to the development of the band. Okay, these people here, Gloria Estefan, and then going on to Kiki Garcia, Enrique, and Wesley B. Wright. So their album in 1984, Eyes of Innocence, marked a significant crossover moment, which was featuring the dance hit Dr. Beat, which became a major success in Europe, reaching number 6 on the UK chart. Although it missed the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, the band's 1985 album, Primitive Love, solidified their international fame, producing 3 top 10 hits on the Billboard Hot 100, which Conga, number 10, Bad Boy, number 8, and Words Get in the Way, which was number 5 on Hot 100, and number 1 on Hot Adult Contemporary. So the band's lineup evolved significantly over the years, with key members including Emilio Estefan Jr., the percussion accordion, Gloria Estefan lead vocals, Enrique Kiki Garcia drums, and Juan Marcos Alvia bass, and Wesley B. Wright guitars. The addition of the full horn section, including the trumpeters, Fernando Garcia and Victor Papito Lopez, and the trombonist Luis Perez, became a defining musical trademark. So by the early 80s, Gloria Estefan had become the sole lead vocal, in a role that contributed as the band transitioned into a vehicle of her solo career. So by 1987, the follow-up album, Let It Loose, placed Gloria Estefan at the forefront, and from 1988 to 89, it was repackaged as Anything for You, which was the international release. So by 1989, as that hit, the group's name ceased to appear on CD or album products, marking the official transition of Gloria Estefan into her solo artist career. Although the Miami Sound Machine continued to perform with her on tours and appear on recordings. So the band is recognized as one of the most successful Latin crossover acts in the 80s, paving the way for future Latino artists, which is definitely true. All right, so this reaches the end. And as I said, feel free to reach out with opinions. All right, so tune in, turn up, and absolutely take care. Bye-bye for now.